Okay, this is question 1 on the higher non-calculator March paper. Okay, so looking at this question first, pretty simple, not a lot there. The question simply says work out 1.83 times 47. It says work out 1.83 times 47. Okay, there are many different ways you could do this. This is a long multiplication question. There are many different ways. One of the ways I'm going to consider, this is one that I'm pretty happy with, is using the box method. And what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm going to ignore that decimal point. I'm going to think about 183 times 47. I'm going to write a note though, because I need to make sure that my answer has, or I take account of 2 decimal places in my answer, because in this question there are just 2 decimal places there. After that decimal point, none in there, so altogether there are 2 decimal places. I'm just using that to make a mental note. So 183, that's 183, and 47, I'm going to break that down into 40 and 7. And I'm timesing those 2 things together. I'm just going to create a bit of a table around that, just so that my answer is easy to follow and all the workings are particularly clear. This doesn't need to be a work of art, but it needs to be clear enough so that the examiner marking this paper could see what you've done, understand what you've done, and if you make an error, you can always spot it as well. Okay, so I'm going to times all these pairings and put the answers into the boxes. So 40 times 100, or 4 times 1 is 4, and altogether there are 3 zeros in there. 40 times 80, 4 times 8 is 32, and there are 2 zeros there. And 40 times 3, 4 times 3 is 12, and there's got to be 1 0 from there. Now turn of the 7, 7 times 100, that's straightforward, 700. 7 times 80, 7 times 8 is 56, and that's the 0 there. And 7 times 3 is 21. All I need to do now is to add these 6 numbers in here. Right? You could do that by listing them all down, all 6 of them, then adding them all up together. What I am going to do is I'm actually going to add across, right, and write the total here. That's 4,000. 4,000 plus 3,000 is 7,000. This is 7,200, 7,300, 7,320. 700 and 500 is 1,200, so that's 1,260, 1,280, 1,281. 1,281. I'm going to add these 2, and that's going to be 0 add 1 is 1, 2 add 8 is 10, carry the 1, 3 add 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6, and 7 add 1 is 8. Okay, so that's my result, my answer for 183 times 47. But remember, the question was 1.83, so I needed to take account of those 2 decimal places. And so in my answer is going to be 86.01. Counting the 2 decimal places from the right hand side, 1, 2. So there's my 2 decimal places. This is my answer, and this is what I'd write in the answer space. Now, as I said, there are loads of different ways of doing this. You need to make sure you're confident with one, and you're guaranteed to get it right. There's 3 marks for the first question. Pretty straightforward. Make sure you do get them.